Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video. And with this news update, we have the banishment of boosting from Blizzard. As of January 2022, we have received an update post from community manager Kyvax, and it reads as such. As the conditions change by which various entities operate in World of Warcraft, we are compelled to update our policies to further our goal of making the gameplay experience as fair and welcoming as possible. Since we last updated our policies, we have found that an increasing disturbance of the gameplay experience has been caused by organizations excessively advertising various non-traditional services in-game. As of today, we will now prohibit organizations who offer boosting, matchmaking, escrow, or other non-traditional services, including those offered for gold. World of Warcraft accounts found to be in violation of this policy are subject to account actions. These actions can include warnings, account suspensions, and if necessary, permanent closure of the disruptive World of Warcraft accounts. Organizations operating across multiple realms and excessively advertising non-traditional in-game sales. What does that mean, non-traditional in-game sales? Are contrary to the terms and conditions of the Blizzard End User License Agreement. This policy does not restrict individuals or guilds from using the provided in-game tools, trade chat, channel chat, to buy or sell in-game items or activities for in-game currency. However, quote-unquote boosting communities, especially those who operate across multiple realms, are no longer permitted. We urge all such organizations to cease doing business in World of Warcraft immediately in order to maintain uninterrupted access to the game. So does this mean that boosting is removed from World of Warcraft and no longer going to be an option for players? It seems a little bit vague. To me, the post reads as if it is targeting third-party organizations. So things that are external to World of Warcraft, right? Not an individual player, not a guild, possibly a group who are operating as a company. You know, they have a website, they have a Discord, it's constant advertising. It's got a lot of middlemen operating and organizing people together to try and streamline that business. And it's likely that those third-party organizations aren't entirely doing it just for gold, to be able to operate at that capacity and level and organization and still be able to fund it. I would think that that's not possible. So this does seem like it's specifically trying to target those groups, but there could be some collateral damage, right? To me, this seems like it could be risky to even include certain language like boost in a post in LFG. If you were somebody who was looking to help people in PvP, for example, and you wanted some gold as compensation for your skills, experience, knowledge, and gear to assist them, I'm not sure. In this post, it seems like you wouldn't be punished for that. But depending on maybe the language you use and if you get reported for it enough, you may get banned for it. It seems like we've recently seen a lot of kind of misfired bans that were, some of them were corrected. Things like I'm thinking for TBC, where we saw rank 1 PvPers banned that weren't necessarily supposed to be banned. I have also seen players banned over the past couple of months for advertising things like their stream in-game or their YouTube channel in-game, something like that. So it seems like anything that's leading to a third-party source that's external to World of Warcraft is now, I would say, not acceptable. You're going to almost 100% expect to be banned if you're doing that. Will this remove boosting entirely? Probably not. And again, it seems like they still are okay with individuals and guilds, but the language is pretty vague. You know, what's trade chat channel mean? Does that mean just I'm allowed to sell items as I've always sold in the game? But then it says or activities. So does that mean the raid lockouts? I'm not sure, but I would imagine that this is likely trying to target real life money transactions from these organizations that are operating as a third party, because I would think it's unlikely that like a little community guild that's doing a raid boost every week after it's on farm to get some gold to fund their raiding is kind of converting that into real money transactions. And maybe they don't consider that as disruptive. But again, I'm not a Blizzard employee, so I don't want to speak for them. I'm just trying to read this post and figure out what is allowed and what isn't allowed and what should we expect, and is this really going to change anything. And I think for myself, having gone through the zero to hero process and using LFG to find groups, I often would go through and see, okay, there's an advertisement, another advertisement, another advertisement asking me to message somebody on Discord, another advertisement. And there was a lot of it, like a pretty excessive amount of it. Whenever I would go in, there was always at least 2 to 3 of those types of posts. So I think that it's those ones that they're specifically trying to target. But it still leaves some gray area, even for somebody as an individual who wanted to go into LFG and offer a Mythic Plus 15 key for the week or something for gold, as an example, to kind of get caught in the crossfire. And like I said, the bannings for this type of stuff in the game seems to be kind of unforgiving. So you may want to hold back on this, wait and see what exactly is going on with it. If you are one of those players, I think that this has potential to damage some of the in-game economy, because a lot of guilds, especially raiding guilds, operate by selling the raids for gold so that they can fund their raids into the next patch, because raiding is very expensive. The legendaries are very expensive. So I do wonder if this is going to damage them, if they're worried about being targeted, if it's not clear, because it is, again, left vague. And what if Blizzard then has to adapt and start to combat third-party organizations operating under the veil of a guild and using that as a cover-up in order to initialize on their real money transactions? And I think that that is likely the main target. They don't want people going to sketchy third-party sites, and ultimately that gold trading exchange is then turning into real money transactions, and it's like a business, as opposed to one person who's really good at twos, who's helping some new players but wants to be compensated a little bit with in-game gold to help fund something they're doing in the game, and they're not really planning on converting that gold into money. I think that would probably be the main target, but again, I'm not a direct source, so I would just say be careful using it. If you are somebody, I would say be careful using any type of language in your LFG or your trade chat posts along these lines until we can see where the line is clearly drawn. You don't want to be one of the first ones and then have an action taken against your account until we can figure out where that line is. But I thought that I would bring this news to you, because I know that boosting has been a controversial topic for a long time right now in the World of Warcraft community. Get your thoughts on it. What do you think in the comments down below? Do you think this is the right move? Do you think it's going to do anything? Or do you think things are still going to continue as they have? But other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. If you'd like to stay up to date with news and patch changes to the game, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I do provide that information here basically in real time as it is happening. And if you'd like to follow me live, twitch.tv/Supatease, streaming every day. We've got viewer twos, we've got zero to heroes, we've got rank 1 pushes, we've got the whole shebang over there. And other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I will catch you in the next one.